Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FarmSim weekly news video. Those are the news from the week from the 27th of May till 2nd of June 2023. And this week started already with big news. The second DLC of this year has been announced. It will be a hay and forage pack. And maybe you remember they said that they teased this pack with Rule the Mountains. And I think it's reasonable that it is a hay and forage pack now, so it has to do with grass harvest. And yeah, a little bit like the Alpine DLC that we had in FS19, but without a map and not as the big yearly expansion, but as a normal DLC, but bigger one than, for example, the Göval pack was smaller and this one is bigger because it has 17 machines. This is quite a lot for one of the smaller DLCs. Okay, let's look at some images. I already made videos about the announcement and about all machines, and right now till the release I will make daily videos about single machines, and we have a look at the manufacturer website to get to know those machines a little bit better. Here we have mower from Sepp Knüsel and a special tractor from Rigi Truck, both from Switzerland. So this is very much Alpine, or the whole pack. There are some manufacturer, for example Krone, that are not so Alpine, but the most of the machines are dedicated to the mountains and grass, and a little bit of hay. Yeah, here we have a special windrower from Reiter, and here this is a tedder from Krone, and I think this is the Reform Mountie, a very cute little tractor. And here we have a huge loading wagon. It's most of the equipment of this pack is sweet and tiny and small, but the things from Pöttinger are rather big. And then we had Wednesday, and Giants announced another talk for the FarmCon. The FarmCon will be in the beginning of July in southern Germany, and here they tell us that Manuel Leitner, which is the leader of the Erlangen office in Germany from Giants, and he will talk about the production pipeline. And I think that will be very interesting, because then we can understand better how the first idea of a new feature comes to life, how they plan it and how it's produced, how the programmers sit there to make the code, and maybe the people who design the objects and so forth. And yeah, I find that really interesting, and I'm looking forward to this talk. And then there was the Fact Sheet Friday for the upcoming pack with a little tiny video. Here. And some wider images as per usual. And I made a dedicated video to this fact sheets already on my channel. And here we see the Reiter Respiro, which is a windrower. and the Reform Muli with the Primalpine, so this tiny cute little tractor with a loading wagon, and the Brielmeier, which is a very good mower where you run behind instead of sitting. And here the Reform Mountie, this cute little tractor, and another very small windrower. And the Modhub was quite busy this week, so yeah, let's say it was quite busy. That means they had a lot of other things to do. And in the beginning of the week, not much happened in the Modhub. But then on Friday, we got not only quite some mods and several updates, but 3 maps. And earlier this week, we got 1 map. So we have 4 weeks this week. So in the end, we can say this was not such a bad Modhub week. But yeah, they didn't came day by day, but more in a whole bunch. Yeah, here you see quite some vehicles and machines. And we'll have a closer look at the maps. And yeah, there were also a lot of updates. The Colossus Harvesters pack got a huge update with a cotton harvester. Here is the first map of the week. And yeah, here's some updates. And then we already reached the beginning of the week. And this is a quite interesting mod, this Wardrobe Plus. And we'll have a closer look on this. But first to the map. This is the Oceanside Forest. It's a foresting map with a little bit of water in the corner. And it's for all platforms. Yeah, and you see a lot of trees. Yeah, I think this is a map that is mainly good for people who like to do foresting. And then we got Eureka Farms, and a lot of people waited for this map. And I know that especially American players are very, very excited about this map. And it has huge fields, it's for all platforms, and that makes it interesting because yeah, usually on standard size maps for all platforms, we don't have those huge fields. And the fields are really huge, and most of them square or rectangle. And the farm is in the center, and you have a lot of place there. And yeah, you can use huge equipment and work on those big fields. And therefore a lot of players are very excited. And it is not so much a map for people who love cozy maps with a nice landscape and so, but more a map for huge field fans. Here you see the farm. You can go around here with your large equipment without any problems. Yeah, and then we have the Breton countryside, and this is a map that was converted from FS19 by a different modder, but it's an official conversion. And yeah, you see several self-made custom buildings in here, so you have this old rustic style feeling, and I would say a nice landscape. And here you can see it's a rather small map because all this that is missing to a square is not included in this map, and the fields are rather close together, and yeah, with trees here in between the fields and irregular, so this is just the opposite to the Eureka farms, so to say. And yeah, here I would say you get a nice rustic feeling on a rather tiny map. Here this seems to be the village, and those buildings look custom made for me. Okay, that is the Breton countryside. So the French would say Breton, and it is from the Bretagne. Yeah, normally they say Bretagne, but Breton is when they like French and compared to France. I think Breton would be the English version or something like that. Sorry. Yeah, then we have the Polesine, and this is a flat region in the north of Italy. And this is a standard-sized map too, and available for all platforms. And it's again just the opposite to the Eureka farm. It has, but it's flat like the Eureka farm. But let's have a look here. Do you see those fields? It has 195 fields. So on a normal standard size map you have something like, let's say, around 40 fields. If it's a normal map, the full standard size map. And yeah, already 100 fields is a lot, is an awful lot of fields. But 195 fields, I see it here, but I can't imagine how to squeeze all those fields into this map. And the form of the fields are rather rectangular, not all of them, but more or less helper friendly, maybe not so much because they are so much squeezed together. But here you can see the difference to the Eureka farm, which is really bold with the fields. Only a few fields, but huge. And this is such a lot of fields. And it has 11 vineyards fields already planted. Here you see one of them. And this is nice when the vineyards are already planted, because then you don't have to plant them yourself and pay $1 million for a field. So you save a lot of money. But this could be a problem for older consoles. So if you want to play this and you have an old gen console, I would recommend to download this map fast, because several of those types of maps that had so much on it, especially a lot of vineyards, were removed from Modhub for the old consoles. But there are always some people on the old consoles who can play such a map very good, so they are not all the same, the old consoles. And therefore, if you are interested, just download it, then you have it. And maybe we are lucky and it won't get removed. But those 11 vineyards, I think, maybe too much. And for PC players, this is not a problem, at least if you have a rather decent PC. Yeah. And some custom-made buildings as well. So this is the Italian Polesine. And then I want to show you this Wardrobe Plus mod. This is the basic mod. This is only for PC and Mac. And because it's a script mod. And yeah, so you need this script mod, and then you can put your own designs onto the existing shirts and hoodies and such. Like you can see here with the FS22, you can take your own logo and put it there, and there is a PDF file that tells you how to do this, and then you have your own brand in the people that are working with you, maybe multiplayer, and then you can see them all and you belong all to the same pack, so to say. Yeah, I think this is a really interesting mod, and they have one example mod as a second mod delivered with this that shows how they put the FS22 logo onto the t-shirts and hats and so forth. And yeah, you need to use them together, those two mods. And I think this is really interesting for people who like their own brand. Yeah, and according to my own mods, there didn't happen a lot because I was very busy with FS23, very busy. But the windmill mod had got a review, so they sent it back to me with some minor adjustments. I made this adjustments and uploaded it again, and now it is waiting for the second test. So business as usual, nothing special with this. And the other mod that is waiting at Modhub, my big factory mod, is still waiting. And this is business as usual too, because right now the waiting time is around 13 weekdays. That means nearly 3 weeks. And so it's 3 weeks until the first test. Then this may take up to 1 week at the moment. And then usually you get the review, you change something, and then wait again 3 weeks and another week for testing. And then maybe, if you're lucky, it will be released. So at the moment I count something like 2 months for a mod after first uploading it till the release. And we have to live with it. I think later they will be faster again. I'm sure of this, when they don't have to test so much. Okay, that's it for this week. I'm very curious what next week will bring, but I think I expect more news about the hay and forage pack. Yeah, and maybe more news about the FarmCon. And I don't expect the announcement of the big expansion of the year yet. Maybe I would hope after the release of the hay and forage pack. Then I expect the announcement of the, or I hope, for the announcement of the big expansion. Okay, I wish you a wonderful weekend and a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.